So the first step in tying your Palomar knot is you're going to want to run your line through the eye of the hook. You want to give yourself a good amount of tag end because you're going to take that line and run it right back and create a loop on one end. So now you're going to want to create a nice big loop. Here you have your tag end and your main line on one side, and on your other hand you have a nice loop. Feel free to use your dominant hand to hold your main line and your tag end, whatever feels more comfortable for you. So next step is you're going to want to pinch your loop, and you're going to want to pinch your main line and your tag end. You see how I grabbed it in between my middle finger and my ring finger, and then I just pinch them together, because what you're going to do next is you're going to want to tie an overhand knot, the same knot that you use on your first step in tying your shoes. So you're going to want to cross them over, and you're going to want to take your loop that you created and run it right through the middle. So what I like to use is my my ring finger or my pinky finger, and pull it through. And now you have your loop on one side, and you're gonna wanna make that loop bigger, because your next step is you're gonna run your hook through the loop you just made. Now you're getting close to the end of finishing your knot. You have all of your line on one side and you have your hook on the other. This is when you're going to want to wet your line, because as soon as you start cinching everything down, if you're using braid, if you're using mono or fluoro, that's when you're going to start adding friction to the line. What I like to do is actually pull the tag end to tighten it down, because that way all this line that's getting friction is going to get thrown away anyways. When I use fluoro or mono to tie this knot, it gets all kinky, it gets it ribbons out essentially, and you don't want to use that line because it's all ruined. Sometimes you end up with a little loop like that, and all you have to do is pull your main line. A lot of people like to pull their main line to save line, but that line that they're saving, it's usually getting, the integrity of that line is getting ruined because you're pulling down, you're causing friction. So it's always best to just pull your tag end to tighten it down. And then if you have a little bit excess left over, you can't pull your tag end anymore, you pull your main line and you're good to go. Final step is to cut your tag end. You don't want to cut it too close. You do want to leave a little bit, but not too much. About right there, just in case you do hook into something and it does need to tighten down a little bit. But there you go. That is how you tie the Palomar knot.